So, gym time. Gym. Bird shit. Yeah, birds. Hamstrings, head. Yep. Yeah.
It's not what the test results say, it's how you feel. And so I'm sure as Russell he's setting PR in the gym, he's feeling good, he's not suffering from low testosterone. And so who cares? If his result came back 450 or 1,050, you think that makes a difference? He's setting records. It makes no difference whatsoever.
And then my sense for the hormone, I guess I'm really horny because 26 months, nothing else.
And so he doesn't even take the time to read sex hormone biochemistry. He makes a joke about being horny that numbers are 260 something. It has nothing to do with that. And so if you're actually trying to prove that you're natural, why don't you try to prove that you're natural? Why don't you actually get the blood work? This proves nothing. It doesn't say he's natural, it doesn't say he can. I still personally believe that he's natural, but I can't support this taking 100 milligrams. What you're really doing is taking in 87 milligrams of test. If you inject test suspension, that's really true. It doesn't have an estrogen test. It's also a painful shot, nothing more difficult to do, and it takes effect very quickly. As in right now, it's actually going to be 100 milligrams out of 100. If you're injecting something more common like testanete or cyclidine, those only have approximately 67 milligrams of testosterone. And so the actual amount of testosterone you're getting is a lot lower. And so if you're injecting test pro in comparisons, test and Nectate or cyclidine, you're actually going to put on more muscle. And so the problem is, however, when you inject pro versus Eckersic, you have to make much more frequent injections, at least every other week. Every 3, 4, 5 days doesn't work. Another benefit of injecting appropriately ester is following the HRT, you're on 10 milligrams. Now that is actually a lot. Conveying back to your having to shave, growing your abs out, or the downstairs getting a little bit more puffy, a little bit larger than last time. And if you've ever watched OnlyFans, perhaps somebody back, you've watched women on a lot of juice, taking a lot of products, you're going to see their downstairs perhaps a couple of inches way bigger than you ever could have imagined. And don't tell me you've never seen it. Some of you perhaps have, but many of you have seen it, and it's larger than freaking last time.
50 milligrams of AMR, 50 milligrams of Winstrol.
Next up, no big deal, 50 milligrams of Anavar and 50 milligrams of Winstrol. That's 100 milligrams in total. And so what do I do for that? I can't believe how much this guy's taking. That is an absurd dose. 50 milligrams of Anavar alone, that is a lot. Oftentimes couldn't sleep, felt anxiety, felt horrible morning until night. I couldn't train effectively because you can't sleep. How are you going to grow muscle? You need to feel good in your own skin, and I can tell you when I was on abusive doses, it doesn't work like that. The law of returns. And the more cycles you do, the less it can work. And so you need to keep upping the doses. What might have worked on your first cycle, if you did it on your last cycle, you might in fact lose muscle. And so please be careful. Do your research. Hire a coach. Talk to your doctor. And never, ever break the law. Want to save you 10% off, and if you don't have any money, that is fine. You head over to our website. First, last name, email address, coming straight to your door, close to 50 pages, free diet and training program. What do you have to lose? Head over there right now. Subscribe, click that bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, of course, and like this video. Don't forget to watch one of the groups. Of course, the cookbook, the training books, the coaching plans, the new team, my circle, diet book, as well as the Heart and Lifetime clothing line. And until next time, I am out.
His problem though, like I told him, I said, your problem is that he's a big bench press guy. And I'm like, you can't do that. Because you'll have a twinge every now and then. And he did. And I was like,
He's like 50 or
he's 54 years old. And you cannot, like Jay would get on me years ago. I still remember like, oh Jay, I'm lifting the 170s. And he's like, why the fuck are you doing that? You can just do 140 and hit him for reps. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So for Shannon, I mean, yeah, he's very, very strong. He's still a guy that could probably bench press 500 pounds, but for what? I mean, that's not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you were so strong, and I remember, you used to come to Vegas and you trained with me early before you went to Mr. Olympia, and I was like, either winning it or losing and coming back. And what I noticed about you is like, you didn't have to train like the Ronnie Coleman or like myself in a sense to stimulate. And talk a little bit about that because, people they rave about your genetics.
Right.
And people have a misconception of what genetics are. What in your eyes, like, are genetics like structure? Is it the ability to build muscle? Is it the ability to stay lean and build muscle? Like what? No one had that look that you had. Like I always say, I just actually mentioned William Bonnick as my predictions, and I'm going to get into that later, but no one's had that kind of muscle since Phil Heath. I think Bonnick is the closest thing, like if things really pop, right?
What's the health of the muscle, right?
So talk a little bit about like your training theories versus like what you see out there, and you really, does the muscle, and but it is I should have retired in overtime because I remember saying to Ani, like, okay, I'm not going to get better than this, how do we do these things? Right? No, it's like, no, I actually said,
He looked like his head shrunk. He was like this high. And I go back, and I hear Phil don't even work.
Done. Whew. So hot. Yes.
He lost against Dexter, and I saw all that shit. And to be quite honest, I was a little upset. Dexter, it was treated because I just felt like there was respect. So I'm not having the right thinking, yeah, that's how they're gonna do you. Because I'm a real
Oxygen.
if they thought